Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show where us local panel of real estate experts, we're called the Dream Team here on Near Disney, come together and chat about the market, share some news about what's happening with Disney World, what's happening with real estate, and Central Florida, Orlando, all together. So if that interests you, you're in the right place. But first, gotta cue the theme song. Awesome. So, as you're joining into the stream tonight, we just want to say welcome. We appreciate you. Always, we got our eyes on the comment section, so feel free to say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. If you got any questions, feel free to ask us. This is an
Mhm.
interactive show where we're
That's
happy
right.
to engage with you. We do it for you guys. As much as we all like each other and love to just talk and just to hang out. It's really about you guys. So
Yeah.
first, let's just introduce ourselves real quick. I'm Elijah Lewis. They call me the Prince of Realty here on Near Disney, working with Florida in Motion Realty. And then to the square next to me,
Hey everyone, I'm Virginia Carlson, also with Florida in Motion Realty, and I'm known as Cinderella on our amazing dream team. So happy you're with us tonight.
and down below,
Hey, everybody. I'm Sue Koptiev, again, also with the Dream Team, and they call me Princess Aurora. Sleeping Beauty is her well-known name. And like Virginia said, and Elijah too, we're really glad you're here tonight. So thanks.
awesome. Well, one thing we're really excited to talk about, our office is located in Central Florida, the town, in Celebration, Florida, the town that was built by Disney. And we are really excited to share a brand new listing that we got this week.
Mhm.
It is a luxury home in the East Village area of Celebration, Florida, 784 Oak Shadows Road. It's 5 bedroom. That includes a beautiful 1 bedroom garage apartment over a 3 car garage. Has a lovely pool space, some fenced in yard and garden. Awesome lot, awesome wrap around porch. So this is going to be brought to you for $1.695 million, and we've got an amazing video to share with you just to go over those awesome things so you can see it for yourself. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
To live where other people vacation? Well, we are excited to tell you about our brand new listing in Celebration, Florida, the town that was built by Disney. It's in the highly desired East Village neighborhood of the town, 784 Oak Shadows Road. This is an incredible 5 bedroom plus office home, and that includes a garage apartment as well. There's a pool home with a spa, plenty of room for swimming laps. This home has incredible updates throughout, updated kitchen, oak wood flooring. It is truly an exceptional listing, has a first floor primary bedroom for you to enjoy. And so all of this is offered to you for a price of $1,695,000 to get the best of the Celebration Florida lifestyle. If you're interested in seeing it, please give me a call. I'm pretty sure this one's going to go fast. Elijah Lewis with Florida in Motion Realty. Give me a call anytime. We'll get you in here.
Awesome. Well, that's a cool way to
Beautiful.
take a peek at that. It's in, East Village is a really desirable area of Celebration because that town is broken up into little neighborhoods called villages of the broader Celebration. They all have their pluses, they all have their positives and the things that make them cool and unique. But East Village is kind of special in that it's still kind of tucked away and private, but also kind of has a special ventricle that's like a secret path of a walkway that leads you into the downtown of Celebration. So it kind of has the best of both worlds, access to the downtown while still kind of being private and out of the way. So yeah, what I said is it might go fast. It's got some showings, but still on the market as of right now. And so if you or anyone you know is looking in that price point, let us know. I've got a much more detailed video and could share some more details with you about that awesome home. It does have a garage apartment that's great for rental income and a lot of things that are new as far as the updates. It looks incredible. So that was 784 Oak Shadows Road for over
Beautiful.
3,500 square feet. And so we can toss that over to this next article here. Just going to bring up my dashboard and get this one away. So Virginia, you had an
Yes.
interesting because that home was priced at like
Mhm.
1.695 million. So and you have some tips for maximizing price and what a home seller can do to command the best and highest price for their listing.
Yeah, absolutely. We always want to encourage our sellers to, like Elijah said, maximize what their home has to offer. So there are just a few projects that you can tackle yourself before you decide to put your home on the market that will definitely have a large impact in the selling process. So some quick fixes. I like how this graphic has split into two things. Some things you can do kind of lickety split, and then the other things might take a little more time, but definitely still worth doing. So as far as the quick fixes, things you can do are wash the windows, just make everything just sparkling inside, do a deep clean, declutter. I can't say declutter enough. I mean, it really makes a difference when the showings, when you go into a home and everything is kind of just not a lot of extra stuff around, just what you need, especially if you're still living in the home. Just decluttering really, really makes a huge impact. And then minimalizing, I guess, pet paraphernalia. Maybe you just don't want to draw attention to lots of stuff around the home.
Well,
Some
I
of the
mean,
weekend
sometimes,
projects.
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was to say, like, sometimes we get so used to the stuff, we get so used to the clutter that we don't really
Exactly.
see it, we don't notice it, we don't know what it's like to be a pair of fresh eyes walking into the home
Exactly.
and how you receive that, and especially when you kind of have like a subliminal, emotional, personal bond with that stuff. So it's
Mm.
like, like your own
Hmm.
don't stink kind of thing, as far as
Yeah.
like your smell, but with like your lovely cats that you love so much. But like, I can't tell you how often that the pet paraphernalia, like there's a big cat tree that can, I mean, half the time the cats don't even use that dang thing.
Exactly.
And so it's okay, maybe move it into the garage, move it in the space
Yeah.
under the stairs or something like that as part of decluttering. And when you said wash the windows, and I'll just say real quick, I get actually that sounds maybe just like a haha whatever thing, but like most people don't do that. And it
Yeah.
makes such a difference,
It
especially
really
if your
does.
windows you're not selling windows that are brand new. Make those
Mm-hmm.
old original windows look as appealing as you can, because
Mm-hmm.
that comes up, especially if they're single pane here in Florida. If you can just make them look nice, maybe they're going to be seen as being acceptable. But just no, people just don't go outside and in. Get that grime, get that dirt, get that
Yeah.
get that filter off it, and it'll just subliminally make the house feel so much better to be inside of it.
It really does. Definitely. Yeah, that's a good point. Um, so back to this, and those are things that we as realtors will go in, when we're preparing the listing, and we'll see those things that maybe we'll make suggestions to the sellers to move certain things and take some things down, and so it is, again, it's good to have a fresh set of eyes to come in, like non-biased, being like, this would look better this way. We're always here to help with those kind of things. Some of the larger projects that maybe might take several days, applying a fresh coat of paint, and not necessarily to the whole entire house, maybe to just certain places that need it. If you can't do the whole house, upgrading cabinetry, and that means maybe upgrading some of the hardware if it's kind of been like, has wear and tear on it. Things like that would make a difference in a kitchen or a bathroom. Adding a backsplash if you don't have one, or maybe just doing a deep clean on the backsplash, just all those kind of things that over time with lots of usage in the kitchen can get kind of grimy. And obviously you want to address any pests, ants, or, any of the little Florida pests that seem to come around in our lovely state. And then I love to increase the curb appeal with landscaping, because really when you drive up to a property and it looks beautiful from the outside, it just sets the tone for how you're going to feel when you walk indoors.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
these are all just. Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to someone who's putting gardenia bushes in front of their home today, and it's going to
Oh,
make a big
nice.
difference in that curb appeal, I'm sure. But yeah, I do like that when you say, like, sometimes you can't, there's no budget to update the whole kitchen, or it's like, I'm not going to beautify the house that I'm moving out of because I'm not going to
Right.
live here anymore to enjoy these improvements. But little things can just make
Little things.
a tiny thing. Like I like how you said the hardware on the cabinets, instead of maybe doing
Mm-hmm.
a whole expensive
Mm-hmm.
brand new solid wood cabinet job.
Right.
Find like what's the most modern, if is it the gold hardware now, then maybe get rid of
Right.
your silver knobs and put some gold knobs. Or if do people like those long things that you pull out instead of the knobs anymore? Like those handles
Oh, the
rather than
bars.
knobs.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like the
Bars,
half moon pulls. I mean, there's
or
all
that.
sorts of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just little things like that, and the backsplash rather than doing the countertops over again. If you just put the backsplash on, that's probably less expensive than getting
Yeah.
granite or quartz
Mhm.
with the whole.
Right.
Just little
Absolutely.
things that help it sell, but it'll all be on a case by case basis, and we kind of
Mhm.
help advise. If you ask for our feedback, we'll try to tell you what's the most economic way, because I mean,
Right.
we're not going to
Mhm.
tell you to, oh, wouldn't it be nice if you totally updated your home, and that would make it so much easier for us to sell. No, we want it to be just the cut and dry need to do, that's just
Right.
bare minimum, so that you get that thing sold by putting as little money in it as you have to. But sometimes if it's a cluttered market, it's kind of the inventory is kind of raising out there, we do maybe need to get creative about some
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, with that, apply a fresh coat of paint. The other thing that kind of goes with that is I always notice smudges on door jambs and on doors, and dirty knobs on your
Yeah.
doors. And that's something you don't necessarily, I mean, so much anymore, you can wipe that stuff down. If you have a decent cleaner that's not too, harsh, and it makes everything look so much better. So
Yeah.
just like the paint. Yeah, I agree with that.
You need to, sometimes the sellers need to impress the buyers as much as the house does, because if they see like that something's neglected or something's dirty or not dusted, or if the vents in the air ducts are full of like lint and dust bunnies or something, it just makes them think like, this house is very well maintained. I wonder what's wrong with it that I don't immediately notice. And are there going to be other like little creeping problems that could come up? Because now they, but when they see that, I really respect the seller, the owner really took pride in taking care of this place, and that level of ease could be the threshold of like, well, I think this might be the one to go with, because I kind of have a good feel here. I kind of trust the people who I'd be working with, that they are giving me a good house that's not going to give me problems later.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we always love to flaunt how awesome our area is, and whenever articles come up praising how cool we are, we always like to showcase them. I mean, we have so many. We're the #1 foodie city. We're like the best city for new entrepreneurs. We're the best city to start a business. We're the best. All this, it goes on and on. And I love to hear it, and I love to get all this recognition. And but with this one, Orlando Date Night, has citing a study that says Orlando ranked one of the best U.S. cities for vibrant nightlife. And what's so cool about this ranking is that we're in the top 10. We're number 6, and Miami is number 8. So there's multiple Florida cities in the top 10, but Orlando, downtown Orlando, is considered to have cooler nightlife than like the first one you think of, nightlife for like Miami. So
Amazing.
So it says, if you've ever enjoyed a date night in Mills 50, bar hopped in downtown Orlando, sipped cocktails amid the glow of International Drive, Orlando knows how to party. And so yeah, we're in that top 10, and this is a study from the Liquor Bros. If you want to check out their website to see their more in-depth look at us, 942 restaurants per 100,000 restaurants, more than triple the national average. Got 79 hotels per 100,000, and our average hotel rating is darn near 8 out of 10, which is really good. And 67 nightclubs per 100,000 people. So yeah, there's a lot right downtown. A lot of them have different vibes. That's what I like to see. Some are more classy, some are more just hang out, some are adventurous, like those rooftop bars or those little fun speakeasies where you go on the line online and look up the password, like Hanson. Some are just chill. Like I personally like Tori Tori if I'm having a night out. That's just low key, classy. But then I haven't really gone out to go jumping up with glow sticks in a while. But there's definitely that available for those who seek it. For those.
Hey, don't knock the glow sticks, man. Those are cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, this was a great way. Ivanhoe Park Brewing, live jazz at Blue Bamboo, delectable burgers paired with thirst quenching libations at the whiskey on Sand Lake Road. So it goes on and on.
Nice.
This is a great way just to, and we invite you in the chat. Let us know what's your favorite nightlife spot, or what's your favorite weekend evening time activity to go do in the Orlando area. And of course, it's talking about like the Disney Springs is a great way to go hang out and enjoy all kinds of great restaurants and Disney themed excursions. And there we are. Here's the part where it says Miami's number 8 and we're number 6. So ha 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 ha.
Very nice.
Right? No, we're all Floridians. We're proud of our state. So anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool to highlight.
Very nice.
And then Sue, kind of bringing things back into the real estate side. We got to sell you the lifestyle first before we sell you the home.
How to get it.
That's how we're gonna rope a dope this. But
yeah, I found this article today, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But what's happening with the buy now, pay later? Amazon does it. A lot of airlines do it. It's coming up more and more often where you can just, pay a little portion of it and then break your, the rest of payments over, months or depending on how, large the purchase price is of what you're buying. Those have not at this point been attached to anyone's credit reports. So in the fall, that is going to change, and your FICO score may be affected. It's the people should understand they're borrowing against future money that they have to pay back, and they need to understand it's worth it for them and their budget to not do that if at all possible. So just be aware that that is something that's going to be affected. If you're saving for a house or a townhome or a condo, just think about that. And who knows, if it's on your credit report, it's probably going to show up if you're trying to rent something too. So
that's incredible. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, especially young people, like they have no idea. They might not be aware of this change, and then all of a sudden, when it's time to start making rental applications or maybe get their first home applied for with the lender, if all of a sudden their credit's being hit for this buy now, pay later stuff that they were utilizing, I can see that could definitely affect their housing goals. So definitely something to keep in mind. That's really good of you to bring that up.
Of course. And
then as I think you also raised up some home decorating trends as well.
Yes. So this is a fun article that I was reading today that just talks about some trends that we should watch out for. And today's homes are becoming a nice blend of coziness and functionality. I think coziness is like the key word for this article. They say to find, so there's this Danish word and it's called hygge. And it's a word, it means cozy in Danish, and it means smaller. So hygge. So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I would never have guessed that's how I pronounce it.
I'm Danish, so I didn't know that.
I know. I had to.
Cool.
Yeah, so it means cozy, and that's kind of like the theme of like what people are looking for nowadays in their homes. They want kind of smaller, cozier spaces with a more specific purpose, like a dining room or a home office space, for example. Okay. And then another thing that is becoming a trend nowadays are English kitchens, which are English kind of country style kitchens with really rich, dark woods and natural materials all around them. So just kind of, again, having that cozy feel from the woods. Arches are a big thing now, taking the place of harsh angles, and they create a more welcome, cozy feel to the home. So archways are being put in. The next thing that's a trend are wet rooms, and these are really cool. A wet room in a bathroom is when the shower is on a level the level floor, like there's no lip to get in and there's just drainage. And oftentimes there's a freestanding tub and maybe there's a little glass partition, but basically the room is really open. And this is taking the place of the traditional shower tub combo that we've seen for many years.
I feel like in Florida, especially with our older, residents and the retirement, clientele, like, just making as little friction into showers and tubs
Yeah.
makes all the sense in the world. And I have kind of noticed these rooms that you're talking about in
Mhm.
a number of listings, especially as homes get remodeled. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense to me. It's just easier to sell to people who need that.
It is, and then it's like people of all ages, without having that, um, that issue of getting into a shower or getting into a tub. These rooms are just really open and flowy, and just kind of a more free standing area to shower. So it's a cool looking bathroom for real. If you look up pictures of wet rooms, they're super cool. The next thing that is a huge trend that we have talked about on this show are all electric, like a whole home battery, solar panels, building car chargers in your garage, because a lot of people are going electric for their vehicles. So the all electric trend is huge right now. This is interesting. In kitchens and bathrooms, woven or mesh cabinet fronts. And these are popular nowadays because it softens the look of the cabinet and provides a warm look to the room. So again, that cozy feel, anything that provides warmth and coziness.
I haven't seen a lot of that yet.
I haven't really either, but I was looking through some design photos and they do look really pretty. I mean, you definitely have to find the right aesthetic with the rest of the room where you're going to put it. But they do work if you can find the right, area to put it in. And then outdoor spaces, we talk a lot about.
That's a trend that's coming back, by the way. The woven cabinet fronts. Yeah, that's coming back from the 50s and 60s. I can remember.
Just that solid blank wall of cabinet space. It is a little dull on the eyes. It lacks a little bit of character.
Right,
so it would be nice to see.
Yeah, because we saw
all
a
that
trend
white wood planks just all in a line.
And we've seen things like, with cabinets that have glass fronts. And so I think people are just trying to find different ways to bring a new look to the kitchen or bathroom.
We're overdue for a return of craftsmanship in our building.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. Outdoor spaces, we talk a lot about outdoor spaces and how they were a huge influence during COVID, where people needed that space outside, a part of their home, just because you couldn't leave really. So outdoor spaces are still very hot. Consider building an outdoor kitchen or a pizza oven, barbecues, and a sinks outside are very helpful, and it just extends your living space. So we definitely love the outdoor space. And then the last one, maximalism. So we had a lot of time where everything was kind of beige on the inside of homes, and now it's kind of flipped. And we want rich, bold colors and vibrant patterns in your drapery, and really luxe furniture and rugs. So kind of going the opposite, but still very cool. So these are all super cool things to look out for in your homes.
Thank you for sharing that. It's always good to stay on top of the trends for what to look for long-term sustainability when you're buying, or how to remodel if you're trying to sell it to new tastes and make your home stand out. So great stuff. So I don't know if anyone has noticed who's local here, but it is kind of hot this week. It's just that one little kind of sweet spot in the middle of summer where it's at its hottest. But you know what? We're gonna get over this quick, and then we're gonna have all those memes again where we're showing beach pictures and making sand castles that look like snowmen while we make fun of everyone else for being cold. So it's almost, we just gotta get through this, and then it's our turn to be the most desirable place to live again in no time at all. We're gonna be that way for all the fall and winter. But anyway, I just thought that was, I like to keep an eye on, I'm kind of a music guy, and I like to keep an eye on the shows and the concerts that are happening. And the Kia Center, that used to be the Amway Center, just as in case no one's got with the program, that is now called the Kia Center. Starting August 29th, they're having like Disney on Ice, kind of a fun thing. We're all fantasizing about ice right now, and particularly this Frozen motif for Disney. And so I just want to say that from August 29th to August 31st, there's Disney on Ice shows that you can grab and maybe just dream about some winter wonderland a little prematurely. So thought that was kind of fun. And
Yeah,
then
it's nice to dream of ice right now.
Sue, you wanted to share your Disney movie that you were looking forward to.
Yeah, just a heads up. Disney has finally dropped after 9 years the Zootopia 2. And so you can probably go on YouTube or Disney World, the Disney World site and pull up this cute little article about new characters and who's coming back. And it's going to be a lot of fun and enjoyable. My favorite is, of course, the sloth. I'm sorry.
I know.
He was.
I went to the DMV this week, and that was
I'm
like
going next
relatable.
week.
The whole point of that joke was that it's so slow, and no one likes being at the DMV, so they had a sloth running the
Mhm.
countertop there, and he just speaks and moves as excruciatingly slow as possible. So
Yeah,
when
exactly.
when they can satire those parts of our society, that's when they're at their best. So
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that is coming in November. It will land in theaters on November 26th. So I'm sure that's going to be a hot one for the kids. You might want to try to get your tickets early for that. So enjoy. And then,
Yeah.
just really quick before we go, I wanted to let everybody know that tomorrow night, the last day of the month, is the last night that annual pass holders can get reservations at some of the restaurants and all of the parks that are doing 40% off. So if you had your eye on a restaurant that would have been something that you would have saved for a really special occasion, this is a good chance to try it and see if you like it and want to go back for that very special occasion. But definitely saves a good bit of money. We went to Coral Reef last night, and that was the first time I'd been in there. The aquarium is just beautiful. It's a great place to eat. And so there you go.
thanks for
Check
sharing
it
that
out.
update. Hey, I love
Yeah.
saving money on food.
Right?
I'm
Absolutely.
sure that cast members do as well. So good stuff. We're spoiled for choice with these restaurants, as evidenced
Oh my
by the
gosh, yes.
nightlife statistic that
Yes,
we
absolutely.
are flaunting.
Yeah.
So that was about the meat of what we had to talk about here. Appreciate anyone who commented, and of course, the comment section goes on forever. That's why our phone numbers are here, so you can reach us with any questions about Central Florida real estate. We are 25 miles of Cinderella's castle radius. So I mean, it's not just Celebration where we had that listing. We are or anything. We want to connect you with just all things that are near to Disney. So we would love to represent you if any of us spoke to you while you were watching today. And we'd appreciate if you'd hit the like button. Helps us out big time with boosting this to other people on YouTube so they can find us and get helped. Someone actually just called this week who had watched our show. And if you tuned in tonight, thank you so much, Eric. So glad I had the chance to meet you watching
Yeah.
from out of state when you were in the area. So glad to know you guys are really watching, that we really get the chance to meet with you and show you homes from all over the country. So that's great. I so appreciate when you subscribe, and that helps out big time. So with that, I'll throw it over to Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, to send us off. Take care, everyone.
Good night. See you next time.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.